Hiya folks, JD here, and today we're looking at this. This is the Hasakee Detective. Quite strange. Okay, let's open her up and let's have a little look inside. So here we are, this is the quadcopter. Look at this. Now I really appreciate the quite strange looking quadcopters, and this most certainly I think comes under that category. So this is it, this is the Hasakee, or as I call it, the Bee. So here we go, it says we've got a nice little HD camera at the front there. We will have to review the footage to see whether this is HD or if the footage is going to come out as at a VGA resolution. We've got 4 brush motors on the top here. We've got an antenna sticking out the back, almost looks a lot like a tail. We've got a little slit at the back here, this is where the battery fits. Now the battery that we've got comes in a little package underneath the quadcopter. Once you open up this package, you'll see that it's a little modular design. Now the battery itself is where you charge. So on one side you have the connector here that connects to the inside of the drone. That's what gives you the power. And right next to that you have this tiny little connector. Now that little connector is your charging connector. That is what you'll use to charge this battery. Now in order to charge it, you will use the enclosed USB cable here. Charging is roughly an hour and a half, and for that you'll get 6 to 7 minutes of battery life. Let's just see if I can plug this in. So the little port on the top here, that goes upwards and slides directly into the back of the quadcopter. Oh, that's not very easy, and it does stick out to the back by the look of it. It doesn't go all the way until it's flush. And with that now, as soon as you plug that in, you'll see there's a little red flashing light at the top of the quadcopter. That just denotes it's on, and then from there, if you want to remove the battery, you have a little push down button here at the back where you push and pull it quite hard, and that will come out. Just to let you know, this battery does not fit in flush, it does stick out a little bit. So we'll have to see how that affects the balance of this particular quadcopter. Now on the underneath we've got 2 landing sprigs which are plastic moulds, and they are directly attached to the quadcopter. Through the left hand landing sprig you'll see there's a little SD card writer there. That is where you're going to have to put your SD card in order to record your footage directly from this guy. Now there's no SD card that comes with this particular package, so you are going to have to provide your own. So that is the quadcopter. It's quite nice. I think it looks quite cool. It certainly is very different to what we normally see, so I'm quite interested in taking that out. So let's just put that to one side. Let's have a little look at this transmitter. So it's the same colour scheme as the quadcopter itself. You should have a little FPV boom that just pulls out from the bottom there. Now this FPV boom is quite stiff, as you can probably see, and you can hear it's very loud when it clicks. On and off button at the bottom with a little LED status light there. You have your 2 analog sticks. Obviously this quadcopter has got altitude hold, which is why the left stick is keeping on going back to the center there. You have a couple of trim buttons at the top. You have your automatic takeoff, and if you press and hold you have 1 key landing. On the other side you have headless mode. If you hold them both down, that's emergency stop. So when you take off, the quadcopter is automatically going to be in speed mode 1. If you push down the left analog stick, that'll be speed mode 2. If you push it down again, that'll be speed mode 3. And if you push it down again, it'll take you back to speed mode 1. If you push down the right analog stick, that is how you do your 3D flips and your rolls. So that'll be interesting to see exactly how that does with this particular quadcopter being so small as it is. But that's quite nice. It feels quite nice in hand. It feels quite sturdy. Now the plastic is of actually pretty good quality, and the construction is pretty sturdy. There's no part of this transmitter that actually clicks when you hold it in, and I think that's somewhat to do with its form factor being quite small, therefore quite sturdy. So if we push that back down, that does make a hell of a noise. And we've also got in the back here, now a screwdriver doesn't come with this setup, so I have provided my own. So excuse the hands for a second folks as I just unscrew this here and take that off. And now with this you need 2 AAA batteries in order for this transmitter to function. Now this transmitter does not allow USB charging or charging of any sort, so the batteries that you put in here you are going to have to make sure that they are fully charged and or shop bought. Okay, so that's the quadcopter, and that's the transmitter and the battery that we've looked at so far. Let's look at this little accessory bag. Oh, actually a screwdriver does come with it. There we go. So we get a USB charging cable, a little screwdriver, and we also get 4 propellers. 2 white for the front and then 2 yellow for the back. that's pretty much all you get. You do get no screws, there's nothing else other than that. But to be honest, for the price of this quadcopter, that's quite a nice little accessory bag. And then likewise we get the manual. Now this manual details exactly what features this quadcopter has, including altitude hold, a flight plan, 1 key takeoff, 1 key landing, emergency stop, recording videos, taking photos, a headless mode as well should you require it. This is now the Hasakee app, so you have 3 options. You can either click on setup, you can also click help, or you can click start. If you were to click on setup, you can run through some very few options there should you choose to. And then once you click start, once your quadcopter is connected like ours is, then you should, hopefully, there we go, there's my radiator, you should then be able to utilize the functions built in with this app. So what we're going to be looking at today is the different layouts and different options that you can use with this app. So starting off up here, we have take photo, then we have take video, then we've got to view the videos and view the photos. Then we have calibration of gyro. If you just click that once, then the quadcopter light on the front will start to flash, and then once it's flashing, it's letting you know that the calibration has started. Once it finishes flashing, that lets you know the calibration has stopped. I'd recommend that you leave it on a nice flat area in order for calibration to complete. Okay, next one converts the app into a portrait view should you prefer to run as portrait. So then the app then runs, you have all the options at the top, and then you have how to control your app then down the bottom should you prefer to use that. If you click back out of that, then you go back to the start screen. Then the next option will start the motors of your quadcopter. Then you can either take off, land, or like me, you can press stop, and that will then stop the quadcopter's motors. You then have the on and off button for the analog sticks in front of you, and then you have small settings there which you can alter speed mode from 30 to 60 to 100, as well as a few more options there, including VR mode should you choose to use that. Then we have the left analog stick as standard, and then we have the right analog stick then as standard there. Down to the bottom we have some trim controls which you can alter just by moving the sliders up here and up to the side. If you want to use flight plan, then you will click the little button here, and that then you can then draw flight plan, and your quadcopter, should it be on, should then follow that particular route. And then to turn off flight plan, once again, once your quadcopter has finished, click the button, and then it goes back into being an analog stick. And then the bottom button, the Wi-Fi, just shows you the connection medium, which is just our standard Wi-Fi connection there. So there we are, folks. This is what we've looked at today, the unboxing of this quadcopter as well as the overview of the Hasakee app. Thanks ever so much for watching and listening, folks. I've been JD, you've been fantastic as always. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. Hello and welcome to all the new subscribers. I hope you're enjoying the channel. So until next time, my friends, happy flying.